and the surrounding ditch.
All of this was once the floor of a sea. It was a seabed 50 million years ago, so it's naturally full of salt.
When groundwater rises, it seeps through the rock, drawing the salt to the surface, where it crystallizes and expands. The results are disastrous for the Sphinx.
I hate to do this, but it's happening naturally all the time on this wall next to the Sphinx. The flakes fall and crumble. This is what was happening to the Sphinx body. It's this process that results in literally Sphinx dust.
Amazingly, from the day it was built, the body of the Sphinx has been turning to dust. The blocks put there by Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans were to protect and conceal its deteriorating body, especially the more vulnerable parts carved from soft limestone. But while the soft stone is bad news for the Sphinx, it's good news for sculptor Fahy, because it's much easier to work with as he carves his mini Sphinx.
Now I am working on the foot of the back leg. I am sculpting the paw and the thigh.
He makes quick progress because the stone is so soft. But now comes the hard part. Fahy reluctantly returns to the head, which, like the original Sphinx, is made of much harder limestone. Striking this harder rock, his chisel is far less effective, and progress slows dramatically, even with the advantage of his modern steel tools. So how are Lehner and Brown progressing back in New England with their ancient copper tools? After days of work, their copper chisels and stone pounders are barely making a dent. At this pace, it's unlikely they're going to carve a nose out of this rock anytime soon. Unless Brown and his team resort to taking some shortcuts.
Well, I guess you caught us. We worked on the stone for a long time using the Egyptian tools, and then decided that we'd move to the modern tools. It's a lot faster.
Granted, the power tools are a lot faster than the ancient tools, but surprisingly, the basic carving process hasn't changed much since ancient times.
What the Egyptians would do is they would make these channels, these parallel channels. Then you come back with a flat chisel and blast out all that material in between.
But while Brown's pneumatic chisel has a carbide tip hammering at 2,000